Today we're going to make an outdoor sofa. I made the sides of the sofa out of two 4x8s. The bottom and back are made out of 2x8s. I used L brackets to hold everything together. And I bought outdoor cushions from IKEA. I don't remember their names, there's something weird in Swedish, but you can find out on my website. I'm going to start by taking the 8-foot long 4x8s and cutting them into three 32-inch long pieces. The easiest way to do this is with a compound miter saw, but if you don't have one of these, you can also do it with a circular saw. You just have to make 2 passes because they're so thick. Next, I'm going to cut the 2x8s to length. Now I want the length of them to equal the length of the 3 sofa cushions combined. I'm going to sand each piece of wood that I just cut with an orbital sander. Now I want to screw these 4x8 blocks together, but it's hard to find screws that are long enough to go all the way through one of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drill large holes about halfway through the 4x8s. And then I'm going to be able to take lag screws and screw through the bottom of these holes and into the other 4x8. I used a socket attachment on my driver to drive the lag screws through the bottom of the hole and into the bottom 4x8. Now with my previous indoor sofa project, I just used biscuits and glue to hold them together. But since this is going to be outside, I didn't really trust the glue against the elements, so that's why I ended up using lag screws to hold these all together. But basically the concept is the same. I'm going to make a panel that's 3 pieces of wood tall. Now that I've made the 2 side panels out of 4x8s, all I have to do really is just screw in the L brackets, add in the 2x8s, and I have the sofa. I laid out the L brackets so that the bottom of them would align with the seam between the 4x8s. Now I just have to lay in the 2x8s and then screw up through the L brackets and into the 2x8s to fasten it all together. Now it's probably actually a little bit easier to assemble it upside down, but I wanted to kind of see how it would look as I put it together, so that's why I did it this way. For the back piece, I want it to be at a slight angle. So for this one, I'm going to measure it with a speed square to make sure that I have both angle brackets at the right angle. Now the sofa looks pretty good as is, but it's going to go outside, so eventually the sun will make the wood pretty gray. So I decided just to preemptively stain it gray with a Minwax product. So we applied the stain and then we let it sit for about 15 or 20 minutes before wiping off the excess stain with a clean rag. Once the stain had fully dried, we threw on the cushions and tested it out.